Warner Brothers Games, 2015's Ubisoft, DC Comics. Rocksteady's reputation with PC gamers after the release of this game. Despite being set in modern times, Gotham diners remain stuck in the 1950s.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt your dinner, Officer Owens. But there's a guy smoking over there in the corner booth.
If anyone was interested in why Gotham is such a crime-infested ghetto, it's because it's full of assholes like this that deserve a good mugging. This guy is sitting at the counter and figures the guy smoking at the other corner of the diner is a problem he just can't deal with right now. This diner is filled with newspapers and missing persons posters that point towards future plot points.
Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in here.
Jump scare. Fear toxin apparently turns Gotham into Silent Hill. And not the good Silent Hills. How come this cop sees everyone else in the diner as a monster except the waitress? Gotham really needs to do something about all these giant TV billboards that supervillains are always hacking to send messages to Batman. Hell, how does Scarecrow hack all of them at the same time? They're connected to different buildings, meaning they're running off different servers and networks. If Scarecrow's fear toxin goes through everything, even gas masks, why does he bother wearing a gas mask?
Gotham, this is your only warning.
Scarecrow's threat worked. Yesterday, there were 6.3 million people in Gotham City. Today, not so many.
If all the civilians have evacuated, who exactly is left for Scarecrow to threaten? If he releases his fear toxin, the only people getting a dose are his own men and criminals who stayed behind. What exactly is the threat here? Considering how far ahead of the curve Bat technology tends to be, this is one shitty looking cell phone. Small screen, thick and heavy build with sharp metal corners, bad UI, and not even a front facing camera. Which is weird because later we see Gordon using it to video chat with Batman.
Hey, Batman. Every damn time.
You have to wonder about the logic of why Batman even does this. Is he thinking to himself about how funny it will be to troll Gordon by disappearing mid-sentence? Hell, what if Gordon has one more piece of important information to share? And how come Gordon still falls for this? It obviously happens enough for him to expect it. Just keep your eyes on him so Batman has to awkwardly turn and walk away like a normal person for once. This Batmobile reveal feels like every car commercial ever. Tasering people does not protect them from being hit by a car. In fact, that makes it worse.
Were you expecting to find me, Batman?
Supervillains sure do love to use multi-monitor setups for antagonizing Batman. And Scarecrow didn't even know Batman would show up here tonight.
But only one of us is getting out of this cell. Nothing like a little natural immunity.
If Poison Ivy is immune to Scarecrow's toxin, why did he have her locked up in a gas chamber with it like it was a threat? And if she's the only thing that can possibly stop his toxin, why keep her alive? I'm just gonna sexily stretch now that the camera has an unobstructed view of my crotch. I have to ask, why foliage panties with a regular top? If your whole theme is nature, then the blouse is throwing it off.
And what if I don't want to?
Then I burn every plant in Gotham.
Poison Ivy falls for the kind of empty threats a child would make.
Nature always wins.
Batman has the superpower of off-screen bullshit, since that's the only way you can explain him getting free from the vines and down here so fast. If Scarecrow really wanted to beat Batman, all he had to do is tie a civilian to each of his drone tanks so Batman couldn't destroy them with the Batmobile. Of all the places a crippled person can live, the top floor apartment of a clock tower is not one of them. Hard to tell with the depth of field, but that looks awfully like a pair of Beats headphones. Or at least a DC version knockoff.
Bruce, you need me out there. We can find Scarecrow faster together.
What you're working on is more important, Tim.
Can wait one night. Let me help.
I've got this under control.
Even Batman doesn't want Robin in this game. Batman would have had to strip to get into his new Batsuit. He did that yards away from armed criminals holding a hostage. Not to mention it's raining out. Getting into a skin-tight rubber suit is nigh impossible while wet. Batman finally figured out how to properly triangulate a signal. Someone on the dev team must have watched my Arkham City video.
What the hell?
How does a helicopter that loud just appear without anyone being aware? Especially if it was hovering under the bridge this whole time.
Time to die, old man.
In death, he has nothing left to fear.
Scarecrow keeps the Arkham Knight from killing Batman here. Okay, whatever. You go ahead and do your cliche villain thing where you can only kill the hero after you've broken him. Here's a ding for that. But Batman couldn't have known it would go down like that. He just walked straight up and stared down an armed attack chopper that blew up a bridge. Return to the Battle 3 long neck glitch. That was my favorite glitch.
You're thinking, who the hell is this guy?
This is actually what the developers were hoping everyone was thinking, but everyone pretty much figured out he was Red Hood after the first trailer.
I fully intend to kill you. But first, we're gonna make you suffer.
If you know everything about Batman and how he operates as you claim, then you should know that this is the worst possible thing you could do and has screwed over every villain in Gotham at some point. And just a few minutes ago, you were ready to blow him away before Scarecrow stopped you.
We have the target. Just say the word and I'll end this now.
Make up your damn mind. Do you want to make him suffer or kill him?
How do I shut it down?
You better hope it didn't have anything to do with the console you just smashed his head into.
Get out of there. Now.
Relax. No one knows I'm here.
It's lines like that that get you kidnapped. Especially if you're a woman. See, how do you like it when people move off screen when you look away for a second? Alternatively, what exactly was Scarecrow's plan here? How could he foresee that mentioning Barbara Gordon to Batman would make him unnecessarily turn around to contact her, letting him slip out the door in the few seconds Batman was distracted? Had Batman faced Scarecrow while contacting Barbara, Scarecrow's part of the game would be over. Scarecrow took over Ace Chemicals so he could manufacture his toxin, which also means he would have been the one to manufacture the neutralizing agent that Batman used to stop the chemical weapon. Why would you create the only way to stop your evil plan in the midst of carrying out your evil plan?
Miss me?
Hey, they brought back Mark Hamill to voice Joker, unlike in Arkham Origins where Troy Baker did it. That's worth taking off a sin.
Before it killed him, Joker sent his infected blood out to all the hospitals in the state.
I know, we tracked it all down.
Yeah, about that. I'm still wondering how you cured that since the last of the cure was destroyed in Arkham City. Am I going to have to wiki this to get a clear answer?
5 people were affected. Untreated, the blood's gestated too long. It's altering them. They're becoming...
Joker.
How does Titan poisoning in Joker's blood turn people into Joker? I mean, I know this is DC Comics logic, but still, it was spelled out pretty clearly that it kills you. They made an entire game about that after all.
It's a form of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, but mutated beyond anything on medical record.
It is? Then nothing to worry about. That stuff is fatal as hell.
Wait. You said 5, I only count 4. There's one missing.
He'll be here soon.
Okay, so Batman is obviously referring to himself here, regardless of how little sense that makes, since Batman was the first person to be cured of Joker's poisoning, and it was stated that this new disease is the result of that going untreated for too long. So that would mean every person infected by Joker's blood in Arkham City is at risk of turning into a Joker, not just these 5. Just for fun, let's compare the plot of this game to the plot of Arkham City. A supervillain who's obsessed with Batman and his identity and also specializes in human psychology takes over a section of Gotham, turning it into a criminal playground. Batman is infected with something from the Joker and is hoping to find a cure. Congrats guys on recycling the plot of Arkham City. Hell, that's pretty close to the plot of Arkham Asylum when I think about it, since that game is about a supervillain who specializes in mind games taking over an island of Gotham and turning it into a criminal playground, which is all just a pretense for infecting Batman with something that forces Batman to search for an antidote. I just blew your mind.
You knew this was going to happen sooner or later. Me stuck deep inside you. Me stuck deep inside you.
Stuck deep inside you.
Together, we're going to give this city what it deserves. A new Batman. A better Batman.
I hope you're not talking about Ben Affleck's Batman, because I'm still conflicted on that one. Buildings always explode slow enough to allow the hero to outrun it cliché.
Colleen? Is that you again?
How exactly does a brain disorder show Batman memories of things only Joker could remember? Joker is just an hallucination brought on by a brain disease after all.
Candygram!
Aren't you technically still Batgirl at this point in time? Why didn't you just attack Joker and take the gun instead of running away? And why run to the opposite end of the room like that was a safe zone? There's no escape path there. Honestly, how did you get the job as Batgirl? In The Killing Joke, which this is a reference to, Joker shoots and photographs Barbara to drive Gordon insane. Here it's just a reference to that comic without all that annoying subtext. That tends to be a reoccurring sin in the Arkham games. Memory landmine. You would think with that metal build quality, that phone could take a fall.
I'll do this on my own.
Since when have the police in Gotham ever been able to do anything on their own?
Eddie, sweetie, you confused me with Robin. The big guy and I aren't all that close.
Even Catwoman thinks Batman and Robin are, you know, not that that's a bad thing. It's just funny. Honestly, I'm really confused in how gay jokes are going to work going forward now. Augmented reality is apparently just as good as a vision into the past, since that's what Batman uses it for here to find where the Arkham Knight took Barbara. Shouldn't Batman be dead, or at the very least out of commission? He just took a bullet in the kidney.
Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with minds.
So let me get this straight. You had Batman dead to rights, but decide to leave him on the ground and send in your goons to fight him instead. Yeah, you should stop bragging about how much you know Batman works. I'm guessing he has a good idea of how you operate at this point since you're following all the cliches.
I'll tell you, just stop!
You would think the Arkham Knight would have informed his men that Batman doesn't kill, meaning this is just an empty threat.
Still lurking around on rooftops.
You shouldn't have come here.
Even Batman doesn't want the former Robin in this game. What is Penguin paying these guys? They stand around in a room full of guns and watch as Batman beats up their boss. Got to admit, this tilting the airship puzzle is pretty damn creative. I know Batman was hallucinating that he was attacked by a gang of Jokers when in reality it was the Arkham Knight's men, but why didn't they kill Batman when they had the chance? He's right there on the ground where you left him. You have guns. Shoot him! Batman just stuck a harpoon in Stag's chest and it didn't kill him.
There's nowhere to run.
Who said anything about running?
But that's what you're doing. You're running away from Batman on a helicopter. Just because you added an explosion doesn't change that.
Sir, Scarecrow is broadcasting across Gotham. You need to see this.
He is? Just a second ago he was being flown by a helicopter on the outside of the cloudburst. Where did he find time to make it to a recording studio? Hey, it's the same room where Scarecrow held Poison Ivy. That monitor setup is still stupid. Though it does make slightly more sense now since Scarecrow lured Batman here this time.
Scarecrow has the means to engulf the entire city in fear toxin.
Oh no, not the empty city devoid of innocent civilians.
And I should trust you. Why?
Because without your help, every plant in this city will die.
Because gas that makes people afraid of things is also a defoliant.
What do you think? Man, you cut them back, built over them, stopped them from reaching the sun.
And somehow survived civil engineering plans during the 100 or more years that Gotham has existed.
You don't have to do this on your own, Bruce. I can help you.
It's under control. We need that antidote.
Batman really doesn't want Robin in this game. Let's hope this trend continues.
Well, look who's too late to save the day. How's it going, Bat-Brain? It's been a while.
You're not voice acted by Arlene Sorkin, which means you're not Harley Quinn. All respects to Tara Strong, but it's just not the same. More impossible Joker memories. In this one, they basically spell it out for you that the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd.
He's got the Joker in him. They all have. That means they're mine. I'm taking them.
Now that would be highly irresponsible of me to allow that to happen.
Robin, you talk like the biggest tool I have ever seen. This is why no one wants you in the game.
You killed them, didn't you, Henry?
Oh, Bats! You're so easy. Desperate to see the good in people.
Okay, this scene where Henry, who Batman thought was immune to Joker's brain disease, turns out to be infected is about as awesome as the scene gets.
What the hell are you doing?
The right thing.
You're doing the right thing, Batman. No one wants Robin in this game any more than he's already been. Fear Toxin apparently disables electronics now. Is there anything this stuff doesn't do? This scene where Scarecrow's Fear Toxin covers Gotham is pretty cool, I'll give it that. But if his fear gas is so dense that it can't rise above a few stories, how was he planning to spread it across the eastern seaboard earlier at Ace Chemicals? Also, gassing this mostly empty city accomplished absolutely nothing.
My plants are too weak.
Then tell me where to find another.
There's a tree buried deep beneath Founders Island. The Miyagani people called her Ayana.
Earlier, Ivy said there aren't any plants left like her.
Then we need another.
There aren't any left like her.
Then points Batman to a plan just like her. I speak for everyone who's ever played this game when I say, fuck this boss fight. Fuck this boss fight in particular.
Nature always wins.
Character arc words, since that's exactly what she told Batman at the beginning of the game.
Tell me about this broadcast.
Wish I could, sir, but it's on a SWAT channel. Encrypted.
It's Jim.
If Gordon wanted a radio for assistance, why did he do it over an encrypted SWAT channel that no one at GPD had the encryption keys for?
You didn't think I was gone, did you? No, you knew better. You get knocked down, you pick yourself up again.
Did the Arkham Knight just reference Chumbawamba?
Who are you?
You really have no idea. Do you, Bruce?
Great job, Rocksteady. You took Red Hood, gave him a new name, then pretended he was a new and mysterious character, even though he's exactly the same as he's always been. The Arkham Knight being Jason Todd is the exact same thing as him being Red Hood. Combining two pistols front to back would not make a very good anything, let alone a sniper rifle. See? Now he's fucking Red Hood.
It's not too late. We can fix this. Together.
Even the former Robin doesn't want to be Robin in this game.
I'm sorry. It was the only way. Get me my daughter.
How did Scarecrow even know what Batman was seeing when he saw Barbara kill herself? Hell, if she wasn't even in that room when Scarecrow gassed it, how did he know to talk about her on the monitor like he knew Batman was hallucinating Barbara?
Where's the Batmobile?
Destroyed.
What?
Don't worry. Lucius made a spare.
Earlier, Lucius said it was one of a kind, so unless he was talking about the paint job, that's a pretty big discrepancy.
We need that data. It's the only way to find my dad.
I'll handle it.
You can't go there. They'll be expecting you.
I'm counting on it.
Generic things heroes say. I know it's a trap, but I'm counting on it. It wouldn't be a Batman story without a visit to Crime Alley so Batman could have an emotional wank over his dead parents. In hindsight, walking through a place called Crime Alley when you're a billionaire probably wasn't the smartest thing for Bruce's parents to do. After everyone slammed the last Call of Duty game for having a press F to pay respects button, I'm surprised no one's mentioned that this game does it. Batman gets his own version of the Burly Brawl fight. This gate to Arkham Asylum is still padlocked shut. Considering that Scarecrow was already here holding Gordon and Robin hostage, should have already been open when they came through. See that? That's a reference to the opening of Arkham Asylum. I bet you're impressed with our ability to reference things we ourselves made. Isn't that Vicky Vale reporting on Batman's unmasking? And isn't she the girlfriend of Bruce Wayne, judging from the voice message she left on his office phone? Shouldn't she be a little more taken back by all this? Batman's suit can stop bullets, but not hypodermic syringes.
I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman.
Cartoon reference. Now you just have to be impressed with our referencing abilities.
Goodbye, Joker.
No! Bruce! Don't leave me!
Apparently all it takes to cure yourself of an incurable neurological disease is willpower. Guess all the people who've died of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease just didn't want it bad enough. So a beating in that little speech Batman gave you was all it took to overcome years of psychological trauma and win you back to his side, huh? And one last call back to Bruce Wayne's dead parents, because one just wasn't enough. New trilogy baiting.
Me stuck deep inside you.